You're dreaming of an epic trip, a real, once-in-a-lifetime adventure, and two massive, incredible countries are calling your name, Canada and Australia. But which one is the right choice for you? One offers vast, snowy peaks and vibrant, multicultural cities. The other promises sun-drenched beaches, ancient deserts, and a lifestyle so laid back, it's practically horizontal. They're both bucket list destinations, but they are worlds apart. You've probably heard they're both amazing, which is true, and also completely useless when you're trying to book flights and plan your limited time off. Everyone online says they're both incredible, but that doesn't help you decide where to spend your hard-earned money and precious vacation days. So in this video, we're putting them head-to-head in a no-holds-barred comparison. We're going to break down what actually matters to a traveler: the cost, the climate, the cities, the landscapes, and just how easy it is to get around. By the end, I'm going to pick a winner. I'll tell you which one I think is the ultimate travel destination, so you can finally make a choice and book that trip. All right, let's kick things off with the question on everyone's mind. Which country is going to hurt your wallet more? This is the almighty dollar round, and it's a big one. Let's be real, both of these are premium destinations. They aren't Southeast Asia cheap. When you look at the data, the cost of living and travel expenses are surprisingly similar. One source might say Canada is a little easier on the wallet, while another says Australia is. The truth is, they're neck and neck. Where you'll really see the difference is in the cities. A trip to Sydney or Melbourne can be just as expensive, if not more so, than a trip to Toronto or Vancouver. Both have tons of options for accommodation, from budget-friendly hostels to swanky hotels. And you'll find that prices are in a similar ballpark. When it comes to food, both countries offer everything from cheap eats to fine dining, so you can really control your spending here. So, which country wins the cost battle? Honestly, it's too close to call. It's a virtual tie. This round isn't about which country is definitively cheaper, because that's a moving target. It's about realizing that you should budget a similar amount for either trip, and the real cost will come down to your personal travel style. The winner? Tie. Now for the category that could make this decision for you in a heartbeat: the weather and climate wars. This is where Canada and Australia couldn't be more different. Let's start with Canada. Canada is the land of four very distinct seasons. It has gorgeous warm summers, perfect for hiking and lake life, especially from June to August. Then comes fall, with those world-famous, jaw-dropping autumn colors. But then there's winter, and Canadian winters are no joke. They are long, cold, and snowy. For some, that's a magical wonderland, perfect for skiing and snowboarding. For others, it's a frozen nightmare. And it's worth noting that not all of Canada is a frozen tundra. The west coast around Vancouver has much milder and rainier winters. Now, let's jet over to Australia. Australia is widely known as the land of sunshine, but it's a bit more complicated than that. Its seasons are the reverse of the Northern Hemisphere, making it a perfect winter escape for many. The Australian summer, from December to February, means hot, sunny days, perfect for the beach. But this is a massive continent. The north has a tropical climate with distinct wet and dry seasons. The wet season can be hot, humid, and bring cyclones. Meanwhile, southern cities like Melbourne and Sydney have four seasons with genuinely cool winters that aren't always beach-friendly. So who wins? This is totally subjective. If you dream of a white Christmas, world-class skiing, and cozying up by a fire, Canada is your champion. But if you're chasing the sun and your perfect day involves sand and surf, Australia is the undeniable winner. For the sheer appeal of reliable warm weather in most of the country for most of the year, Australia has to take this round. Winner, Australia. Both Canada and Australia are absolute giants, defined by their incredible natural landscapes. This is the Great Outdoors round, and it's a battle of titans. Canada's landscape is dominated by mountains, forests, and an insane number of lakes. We're talking more than the rest of the world combined. The Canadian Rockies are simply one of the most spectacular mountain ranges on Earth, a paradise for anyone who feels humbled by jagged, snow-capped peaks. Think of those postcard-perfect turquoise lakes like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. Beyond the Rockies, you have the rugged coastlines of British Columbia and the Maritimes, and the endless beautiful forests of Ontario and Quebec. Then you have Australia. If Canada is mountains and lakes, Australia's beaches and desert. It's home to some of the world's most famous beaches, from Bondi to the Whitsundays. The Great Barrier Reef is a world wonder, an underwater universe for divers. But Australia's beauty is so much more than its coast. The outback is a truly unique and spiritual landscape, a vast, red desert that feels ancient and profound. You have the iconic Uluru, the dramatic gorges of Karijini National Park, and wildlife that feels like it's from another planet. So, how on earth do you pick a winner? Canada's beauty is grand and awe-inspiring in a classical sense. Those mountains and lakes are a powerful, undeniable draw. Australia's beauty, on the other hand, feels more banal, alien. The sheer scale of the outback, combined with a world-class coastline and the Great Barrier Reef, offers a variety of experiences you just can't find anywhere else. For that uniqueness, Australia narrowly clinches this round. Winner, Australia. After all that nature, it's time to head into the cities. This round is all about city vibes and culture. Canada's cities are a fantastic mix of North American energy and European charm. Vancouver is stunning, tucked between mountains and the ocean, with a chill, health-conscious vibe. Toronto is a bustling, multicultural metropolis, one of the most diverse cities in the world, with an incredible food scene. And then you have Montreal, which feels like you've been dropped into a little piece of Europe, with its French language, historic cobblestone streets, and unique culture. Across the Pacific, Australia's cities have a different energy. Sydney is the glamorous icon, with that stunning harbour, the Opera House, and a fast-paced, sun-drenched lifestyle. Melbourne is its artsy cultural rival, famous for its hidden laneway bars, incredible coffee, and vibrant street art. Australian culture is famously laid back and casual. It's a culture built around the outdoors, sports, and socializing. So, which has better city life? If you're looking for variety, from the North American buzz of Toronto to the European feel of Montreal, Canada offers a really diverse urban tour. But if your idea of a perfect city day involves a morning surf, an afternoon coffee in a cool cafe, and an evening barbecue, Australia's city lifestyle is hard to beat. The way outdoor life is woven into the urban experience is seamless. For that energetic, sun-soaked, and laid-back lifestyle, Australia takes the win. Winner, Australia. Let's get practical. Both Canada and Australia are massive. Getting from one side to the other is a journey in itself. This round is about the logistics of getting around. In Canada, the distances are huge. To see both coasts, you're flying. There's an extensive domestic flight network, but it can get pricey. In major cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, public transit is excellent. But for exploring the national parks, especially the Rockies, renting a car is a must. Just be warned, driving in a Canadian winter is a serious challenge if you're not used to snow and ice. Australia faces the same problem of scale. It also has a great flight network connecting the major cities. And just like Canada, renting a car is the best way to explore iconic road trips like the Great Ocean Road. The key difference for many visitors is that Australians drive on the left side of the road, which can be a major mental hurdle. So, who wins on logistics? Both require a lot of flying and a lot of driving. Both have good public transit in the big cities. But for a large portion of travelers from North America and Europe, driving on the right side of the road in Canada is simply less intimidating. That little bit of familiarity can make a big difference on a road trip. For that reason alone, Canada gets a slight edge in this purely practical round. Winner, Canada. Our final round is a practical but critical one, the visa hurdle. How easy is it to actually get into the country? For many travelers, including those from the US, UK, and much of Europe, getting into Canada for a short tourist trip is pretty simple. You'll likely just need an electronic travel authorization, or ETA. You apply online, pay a small fee, and it's usually approved quickly. Australia has a very similar system. Many passport holders can apply for an electronic travel authority, or ETA, online. Again, there's a small fee, and it's usually approved within minutes or days. Now here's the crucial part. The rules are similar in concept, but not identical. The list of eligible countries, the fees, and the specific rules can differ. For example, US citizens don't need an ETA to drive into Canada, but they do to fly. The single most important piece of advice is to always check the official government immigration website for your specific passport before you book a single thing. because the process is so similar for most tourists, this round is a dead heat. Winner, tie. So after 6 hard-fought rounds, where does that leave us? Australia is in the lead with wins for its climate, landscapes, and city vibes. Canada fought back with a win on transportation, and we had ties on cost and visas. It's an incredibly close call, and the truth is, the right choice really does depend on you. Let's break it down. If you're after epic mountain landscapes, cozy cities with a European twist, and you love the idea of 4 proper seasons, then Canada is your winner. It's for the traveler who dreams of hiking the Rockies, exploring multicultural hubs like Toronto and Montreal, and maybe even trying some skiing. But if you're dreaming of sun-drenched beaches, a laid-back outdoor lifestyle, and truly unique landscapes from the outback to the Great Barrier Reef, then Australia takes the crown. It's for the traveler who wants to learn to surf, snorkel with turtles, and enjoy a barbecue on the beach as the sun goes down. Now, I promised you a definitive answer. If I had to choose just one for the ultimate, most unique travel experience, I would pick Australia. Here's why. Canada's beauty is immense and in some ways familiar. Australia's is otherworldly. The combination of the red desert, the tropical north, the unique wildlife, and that iconic, relaxed beach culture offers a set of experiences that feel completely different from anywhere else on Earth. It's a bigger leap and a greater adventure. And for a traveler looking for something truly new, that makes it the ultimate destination. But that's just my pick. Now I want to hear from you. Which country wins in your book? Are you Team Canada or Team Australia? Let me know down in the comments. And if this video helped you make your choice, be sure to subscribe for more honest travel breakdowns. Thanks for watching and happy travels. If you enjoyed this comparison and want to see more, check out my other video on New Zealand versus Ireland over here.